And good morning again from Gunung Padang. I'm already up in the mountain, roaming a little bit around, somewhere in the back of the site. It's not very sunny today, but it's okay. The air up here is really fresh, really cool. It's really pleasant. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this place, this megalithic site, Gunung Padang. There are many stories, many legends about it, and it is a place that is surrounded by many mysteries. I'm sorry if I'm not looking into the camera, but it's really slippery. I'm in the middle of these rice fields. Anyway, I was saying that it's a place that is surrounded by many mysteries. And according to some, this is an ancient pyramid. It used to be a pyramid, but not a pyramid like you would think of in the sort of Egyptian sense, right? But more like, I will show you later, it's more like an oval, more like a sort of, how to say, a boat sort of shaped, or like a stadium sort of, you know. And so it was almost like, according to, of course, I'm talking about some reconstructions, right? Some beliefs, some thoughts. It was built like terraces, going upwards on the sides all around of this mountain, of this hill. So like sort of concentric circles of terraces going up until eventually the last terrace on the top. And this is something that in one way or another we can see because, as you will see in some pieces of video and footage, either before or after this, there are these stones and rocks that are, well, carved, not carved, who knows, but for sure their presence on the top of the hill is really something, how to say, unusual, because I've been walking right now around other places that it's not the kind of rock that you see all over. So was it brought there? Was it not? Was it already there? The place is really mysterious. Now, of course, there are many, I would think so, yeah, researchers or archaeologists. Even yesterday I was walking around the place with an archaeologist and professor who study and research these kind of things and this site as well. So some information, I guess it's easier to even find online, right? Or some videos or some explanations about also the quality of the rock, yeah, the kind of what kind of rock it is. And something that I think it's more interesting about it is that there are stories and there are rumors about some chambers, so some let's say empty spaces, therefore I would say chambers, rooms, to be inside the mountain, sort of in the middle and in the heart of the mountain. And apparently, from what I understood, these places have been not only existing sort of in legends, in the local stories, but have been identified through some technology, you know, like this sort of waves, some radio waves, some scanning stuff, and that can you know go through the mountain and I guess identify empty spots. And apparently yes, apparently there should be some empty spaces inside. It should be 2 or 3 sort of this kind of chambers that, well, as far as I know and as far as I guess it is known, these chambers have not been accessed, therefore they have not been explored. Probably there hasn't been found even an access to them. So if they are there, the question would be, is there an actual access from the outside, or you have to dig sort of an access into them? So everything is very interesting. These stories, these myths, legends and mysteries are I think very, very fascinating. And of course it becomes a little bit complicated because, you know, it's like a little bit like the Area 51. So someone says that these chambers have been explored already in the past, and the government sort of blocked the access to them. Some other people say that these chambers, these caves, have not been explored, and apparently this is because of a lack of funds from the government. So next question would be, if it is so, would it be possible to explore these places through some private funding? Anyway, the truth is that this place is full of mysteries still to be unveiled, to be discovered. Enjoy the place. Alright, so from here where I am now, I can show you, and you can see the top of the mountain, which is like a small plateau, and you can see its shape, which is like what I was saying before, an oval. And so you can see this oval, and you can imagine on the sides of it, so on the sides of this mountain, sort of man-made terraces made of these stones. So you can more or less picture in your mind. I'll show you. Wait a second. Okay, here. So if you see it's like an oval, yeah? And there on the sides you have these man-made terraces. while I'm taking you around, I want to show you something very interesting and very fascinating, at least for me, of the many signs that we can find on the different stones and rocks that might or might not be carved by a human hand. Who knows? Who knows? We can find some pattern or some, let's say, shape that is repeating itself over and over. So if it's of course happens naturally, yeah, might be, but so much and so often and with sometimes very similar sizes, I don't know, who knows? It's one of the mysteries, right? So as all these shapes here in the rocks, look, you see these shapes like these, okay, one, and these are just 3 of them, and there are many more all over the place. It's strange, right? Hello, friend. And as I walk, I can't help but notice that these things are all over the place. Check this out. So I showed you just a few of these, but they literally are all over the place. So don't you think it's a little bit weird and strange how many of these things repeat themselves in shape and size and sort of this precision and depth as well? I don't know. I think it's very interesting. And now I am by the side of the mountain, and I want to show you sort of just not the cliff, but the part of it going down, and you will see these stones and these rocks laying as well on the side of the mountain, and apparently they are part of what used to be these sort of terraces, let's say, coming up the sides. See, same. And many stones as well are numbered. We can actually see numbers written on them. So I guess this is a sign of these rocks being studied by some scientists, by some researchers. I will just show you a few so you get what I mean. And as a matter of fact, these rocks, of course, they have been sort of studied in one way or another. So according to I don't know if some official studies, some official sort of statements, this site is believed to be many thousands of years, starting from only a few, so 3, 4, 5,000 years old, to 12, 13, 15, to even, according to some, 20, 25, 26,000 years old, 30,000 years old, if not, according to some, even more than that. So pretty incredible numbers. Now, getting to one of the corners of the plateau, we can see something that we could call literally a wall, and it would be really difficult to say that this wall is not man-made. And it is interesting because eventually this would give us a sign of how the terraces on the side of the mountain used to look like. Basically, wall after wall, coming up or down, step by step. Five is a sacred number here in Gunung Padang for more than one reason. One of the reasons is because many of the rocks that you have seen around, particularly the ones that are more like columns, are very often shaped either as squares or as pentagons, so they have 5 sides. I'll show you just the one that's next to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and many more like this. But what is more interesting is that the site of Gunung Padang is made by, let's say, 5 terraces. So each terrace is on a different level. Now, the difference between one level and another is we are literally talking about nothing. It's very little, but you can see it. This is why I'm actually standing at the very last terrace of the plateau, so that I can show you all the way to basically where they begin. You have seen it already in some other videos, but basically where I'm standing right now, this is the last so terrace number 5. And if you can see, then the one that is lower is number 4. Then you have another one that is lower, number 3. Then you have the one with the tree, that's number 2. And then terrace number 1 is actually the one that is all the way down. It's downstairs, down the hill, and it's where you have that beautiful sort of square of rocks. But I'll just turn the camera around and I'll show you. This is number 5, and then you have number 4, 3, 2, and 1, basically down the hill. And if you remember when I was telling you earlier about one of the mysteries of this site, is about these empty spaces, these chambers that we could supposedly find underneath, in the center, in the heart of this mountain. Well, apparently these chambers, or one of these chambers, should be exactly under terrace number 5, so the one where I'm standing right now. So I could possibly have one of these chambers just underneath my feet. And I was reading something on the internet that apparently it should be not even that deep, about maybe 15 meters. So who knows? It's very interesting. But one more curiosity about this site is that finally I managed to find, after asking around, someone who knows what kind of rock, what kind of mineral this was. I'm sorry, I had to move a little. I had some people talking behind and asking me for pictures. Welcome to Southeast Asia. But anyway, what I was saying is that I finally managed to find someone who helped me to understand what kind of rocks, what kind of mineral this is, and it is called andesite. Now, I didn't know what andesite was, so I had to check it online, and it's a volcanic rock that is very, very similar to basalt. I didn't know what andesite was, but I very well know what basalt is. Not because I'm some geologist of any kind, but I happened to spend quite a lot of time a few years ago in a place that is full of basalt. And volcanic rocks, this means that basically they are formed by solidified lava, by solidified magma, yeah? And if you see, even basalt, when it solidifies, it shapes like either squares or pentagons, so almost like these crystals, yeah? These perfect shapes, which is very, very similar to this, and it's exactly what happens to this kind of rock. So it's hard to say carved, no. But also these interesting things that I was showing you before, sort of these spherical shapes inside. Like, I'm no geologist, right? But if I had to guess, I would say that it's bubbles of air that pop in the magma, yeah. So these are just my ideas. Of course, if I'm wrong about anything, please correct me. I want to learn as much as I can. And of course, I'm automatically thinking about the chamber I was telling you about before, because if this mountain here used to be some kind of volcano, probably this chamber underneath would be maybe some sort of volcanic chamber, volcanic sort of room of lava, or I don't know. I'm just saying, yeah. But what is interesting is that this site is a very sacred site, especially for Sundanese people, and it points to another volcano, which is way bigger, that is called Gede, the Mount Gede volcano, which, as far as I understand, please correct me if I'm wrong, should be the biggest volcano in West Java, where we are now. And I'm just gonna go around then to show you the volcano. And so basically this site points towards Mount Gede. I'll show it to you right now. That's it, very big. Now, I like communicating with people face to face. I am old school, old fashioned. But if you just go online and you try to look for some information regarding this place, you can find a lot of information regarding its discovery, different studies that have been conducted over here, excavations, the latest discoveries, the plans for the future, and many more things. So I just like to share some of the stories here that I heard, that people told me. All the other stuff you can find online. So I mean, I hope you enjoyed some of my boring stories. I hope you enjoyed some views of this beautiful site. It's absolutely recommended.